Praises to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, the bonus to the elders and apostles of GMS who were well. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Now, everybody must be knowing what's going on in Palestine. And I saw this. I don't know how much of this is true, to be honest. I ain't really fact checked it, but it's just a little synopsis of what's going on. It says Israel has been actively taking part in the ethnic cleansing of Palestine, which we know to be true from the history of what goes on there. This is just the Lord drawing them out. At the end of the day, people can say, they feel sorry for the Palestinians and all of that, but people might not want to hear it. But they're heathens at the end of the day. They believe in Allah and all of this stuff. There, they burn down a mosque. So really and truly, these people are heathens. And it's not any of these people's lands. At the end of the day, it's the true. It's the true Israelites, the true Hebrews land. So none of these people are really meant to be there. Not to, not to make light of what Israel is doing to them, because what they're doing is even more foul, at the end of the day. But it's like, what do they say? The better of two devils. I can't remember the phrase, whatever. They're both wrong. It's just Israel is worse because they're the scum of the earth. Them Amalekites. It says Israel's plan has been to dispossess, which means to take the land from Palestinians of their homes, to take over Jerusalem by making way for new Israeli Jewish settlers, which is what the Amalekites are known for doing. They're known for taking things that belong to other people. These people excel in wickedness. It says here, Palestinian families have been facing eviction from their homes in the Sheikh Jarrah district to make way for Israeli settlements. So they're basically trying to expand their territory by getting rid of the Palestinians, which is what these people have been doing for years. They've been doing that with damn near everywhere on earth. Even when you look at how they came to America, how they treated the quote unquote African slaves. This is what these people have been doing for generations and generations. I don't understand why people are so bent out of shape about it. Families were given 30 days to file an appeal, but most expressed little hope for a ruling in their favor, which is kind of like if you get assaulted by the police. In the UK, I don't know about the US, but in the UK, if you get assaulted by the police or the police act out of pocket, the only people that can reprimand them or discipline them is the police, and they're not gonna find themselves guilty. It's like I was watching Fear the Most High. I was watching this video the other day, and it says what criminal is gonna commit a crime and find themselves guilty, and that's very true. Even when I do something wrong, I admit that I did something wrong, but I'm not really gonna punish myself. I'm gonna give myself the most lenient judgment. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be honest about that. No one is going to want to punish themselves to the full extent of what they really should be punished to. Because at the end of the day, before I came in this truth, I did things that are worthy of death. It says the Israeli court also ruled that each family must pay $20,000, and I don't know how true that is, to cover the settlers' legal expenses. That if that's true, that seems like it's a bit far-fetched. At the end of the day, all we really have is the information that they're providing us. We don't know anything from first hand. Which is when a lot of people talk about certain things, like, unless you know it firsthand and you've been there and you were there to witness it, I don't think you can really speak on it, because it's pretty hypocritical, because you weren't there. At the end of the day, they say there's two sides to the story and there's the truth. So you're in somebody's relationship, you weren't there. It turns out this dude beat the hell out of this woman, but you you don't know whether or not she put hands on him first and he lost his temper because he was dealing with her nagging all day. Not to say that's right, but at the end of the day, there's always two sides to a story. Over the past couple of weeks, the situation in Sheikh Jarrah has become worse. Right-wing Zionists have marched the streets chanting death to Arabs. And they're not the real Zionists, man. They want to be Zionists. Israeli military forces have raided homes and physically assaulted women and children, which is foul, but this is what these people do. And it's none of their land. The land don't really belong to none of these people. Last night, Israeli soldiers attacked worshippers inside Al-Aqsa Mosque with stun grenades and rubber bullets. Dozens were injured, but medics weren't allowed in to treat the wounded. And you see it here. Don't know if there's sound on this.
كانوا عم بيصلوا شوفوا كم قنبلة صوت طلعوا على البيت.
And that's foul. That's absolutely foul. Mr. Allah Akbar. What they're doing is wrong. I'm not trying to make light of it. You know. Look, at the end of the day,
شايفين
what does it say? There you go. Just straight to the point, because they destroyed a mosque, right? And it says here in Psalms 96:5. Man, there's a lot of good stuff in the Psalms, man. Psalms 96:5. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. Honor and majesty are before him, strength and beauty are in his sanctuary. Give unto the Lord, all ye kindreds of the people. Give unto the Lord glory and strength. Give unto the Lord the glory due unto his name. Bring an offering and come into his courts. And how do you give glory to the Lord? By giving glory to his people. You know, these people are, you know, even though one of the presidents said, I think it was a president of Palestine, he said, you know, the Israelites left Palestine or left Jerusalem black and they came back white, you know. So if these people were given unto the Lord, they'd understand that it's not any of their land. You know, you lot are just they're keeping the seat warm, so to speak. You know, by the end of the day, these people are heathens. They worship Allah, which is a false god. When you read the Quran, I was even talking to a Muslim the other day, and what did he say? I said, you know, in the laws in the book of Deuteronomy, the dietary laws, or Leviticus, sorry, the book of Leviticus, the dietary laws, it says you're not meant to eat anything that doesn't have, you know, fins and scales. And he says, as a Muslim, he's allowed to eat all seafood. So if you're saying all seafood, you're allowed to eat whales, you know, octopus and stuff like that. That's just going off, you know. That just shows that these, if you're allowed to eat everything in the sea, if everything in the sea is good, then everything on the land is good. You know, these Muslims don't really. They're hypocrites, man. And you know, as hypocrites is this is the month of Ramadan. You know, what does it say? You fast as the hypocrites do, because everybody knows when these people are fasting. You know, from what I know of, Muslims are great hypocrites. So you know what the Israelis are doing is wrong, but they're a bunch of heathens, man. This is Psalms chapter 7, verse 10. My defense is of Yahweh, which saveth the upright in heart. The Most High judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordained his arrows against the persecutors. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and hath conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood. He made a pit and diggeth it. This is the wicked, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. So these people went over there, took these people's lands, you know, took the true Israelites' land, and look at what's happening to them. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. I will raise the Lord according to his righteousness, and will sing praise to the name of the Lord Most High. And this is Psalm chapter 9. I'm gonna start at verse 15. The heathen are sunk down in a pit that they made, and a net which they hid is their own foot taken. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higgaion Salat. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all nations that forget Yahweh, for the needy shall not always be forgotten. The expectation of the poor shall not perish forever. Arise, O Lord, let no man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight. Put them in fear, O Lord, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. So the Lord is humbling everything, and this goes into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and the Lord is just you know Jeho. The Lord is he's bringing that he's bringing that war trumpet. He's setting the stage, so to speak. This is Joel 3:2. I will gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they may drink. Yea, and what have ye done with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head, because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly, pleasant things. So all the people there are not meant to be there. They've all destroyed the land. They've scattered the people. They don't speak about the true people who are really the true inhabitants of the land, because at the end of the day, everything on the earth belongs to the Lord, and the Lord gave it to them. If I'm a father and I own a house, and my youngest child is living in a house, and I give it to my eldest child, whose right is it? At the end of the day, I built it. I give it to whom I will. The land was given to the true Israelites, and these people, they are just keeping the seat warm. They're just occupying the land. It's not their land. It's not either their land. But at the end of the day, it's like, I've given it to my eldest. My youngest is fighting with my middle child over it. It's not either of theirs. It belongs to my eldest. And these people, they're all bugged out. And at the end of the day, I don't know what's gonna happen. That the West might intervene, and if they do, then it's all gonna kick off, because you can see what's going on with Russia. You can see what's going on in the Middle East, and then you have all these little mini flares, mini fires going on. It's like you can't put out all these fires. At the end of the day, you see from even the petrol crisis and this whole quote unquote CV crisis, how quickly that this place crumbles under pressure, how quickly people really crumble under pressure, because people aren't really used to it. And it says wisdom shall be the stability of our times, and these people don't know what's truly going on. So when anything happens to take them off their equilibrium, these people are gonna bug the hell out, man. you know all praises to the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who were well. Shalom to those who elect.